This is Javier with The Real Javier Novoa, a channel, a platform, and a modality where we apply the principles of interiorism to living free. And I just want to remind you guys, I was listening to a great lecture, guys, by one of the old pros in the manifesting field, and he rarely makes videos now, but he was talking about reality transurfing again. He was talking about a specific aspect of reality transurfing. It was about action. And remember, we talked about action a lot on this channel and how action, it's not required, it just is, because action is really, on this channel, we teach very clearly that action is thought. So therefore, there's really not a separation between thought and action. So you can't help but act. Many law of assumption coaches don't even understand it. They can't explain it. We've cracked the code on this, and there are many videos on this channel that talk about it. But this person was talking about a lot of the literature in reality transurfing, where Vadim Zeland talks about the fact that you just put one step in front of the other. And he was talking about the fact, don't try to plan things out. Just start. And he was talking about a friend of his who had come to use his software to make a video. And these were very high-level videos, not videos like ours where we don't really edit and we just basically want to put the message out there. But this was a video, I think, for a business or for a company. And this person basically spent an hour with the equipment, having known nothing about the equipment before, and he figured it out. And the speaker was talking about the fact that when you have your vision in mind, when you have your intention in mind, just start taking the next step, like Vadim Zeland said. Don't try to figure out the map. Don't try to figure out the process, because you never will and you never can. In fact, this is just a way to not do it. It's going to be a way to convince yourself not to do something. It's why people get stuck in the quicksand. So the quick advice here is just take the first step. Vadim Zeland said, put one foot in front of the other. And the trick is, while you're taking that step, don't make it consciously be about getting across the finish line. Just enjoy that step. I know the statement about enjoy the journey is very cliche. Abraham Hicks talks about it and explains it time and time again, but it has become sort of cliche. But it's true, guys. Enjoy the journey, because the only thing that's happening now is the journey. And when you get to where you think you want to be, most of the time it doesn't even satisfy you. There's scientific proof for this in the dopamine studies, where it talks about the fact that when people achieve their goal finally, there's a tiny spike in dopamine, but not as much as you think would have occurred. And it's sort of anticlimactic. And of course, the scientists, especially Huberman and others, recommend that you take a few weeks having a little bit of a dopamine detox and then get started on the journey to your next intention. We talk about it on this channel. It's scientific. It is proven in interiorism. Again, basically, nothing on the outside world is going to satisfy you guys, including getting into that goal. What does satisfy us is taking that step. What satisfies us is the journey. In fact, what satisfies us is the thinking and the doing. Abraham Hicks talks about, once again, that once we get into alignment with our desire, it is as if once you get there now, all of the gum is sucked out. Of course, it doesn't have to be that way. Abraham Hicks talked about her tree house that was becoming sort of boring, but then she made a list of all the repairs and all of the things that she could do to upgrade it. And she said, this destination does not have to be over yet. I can still extract joy from it. And of course, all of the joy that she's extracting is work that can be done on it. So I talked about in another video how we came for problems, but the key is we want them to be our problems. And that is the whole issue of living free, guys. What the prison grid wants you to believe, what the world wants to have you believe, is that you have to focus on the prison grid problems. A boss is going to assign you a problem to focus on, but you really have no passion about it. That's where our aversion comes to problems, because when we're trying to solve this problem, our goal is to get it out of the way as soon as possible, so that we can go and do what we want. In interiorism, we teach you, get to where you want now, attain that feeling of already having what you want, and then whatever you choose your problems, and we don't have to call them problems, we can call them adventures, we can call them journeys. You choose your journey, you choose your adventure, and then you go out and you will be able to joyfully doing that. But here's another secret. Even if you find yourself right now on a journey that you don't want to be on, or a problem that you don't want to solve, remember, you can see this moment as a single step, and you can choose to interpret that step as a step on your journey. I hope you understand me just a little bit. Wherever you are in time, I want to explain it to you a little bit more. We talk about film rolls in reality transurfing and in interiorism. Wherever you are in time is a segment of that film roll. But remember, all possible and probable film rolls are within you. So the segment that you're in, guess what? It can be a segment on infinite film rolls. Contemplate that for a second. Whatever segment you're in could be a segment on any film roll. I took the example of a guy walking down the street in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. He could be a homeless man, or he could be a billionaire, or he could be a policeman. That fits any story, so you can interpret the now as a step in any story that you want. So you can interpret this step, no matter how boring it seems, no matter how horrific it seems, as simply a step on your journey to what you want, which is a journey in the film roll. I know it's a lot to digest, so I want you to sort of contemplate it, but this video really inspired me to go back into this. The point is, guys, any step that you're taking right now, as Eckhart Tolle talks about in The Power of Now, put your full attention on it. Don't resist it. Don't even resist your resistance. If you have feelings against that, or feelings that you shouldn't be doing that, don't resist those feelings. Just feel it completely, be completely in the now, and then take this step as if it were an end in itself. And I promise you, as the alchemists of old, that base metal will be converted to gold, and you will find that this step was a beautiful step on a path and on a film roll to get you wherever you want. Just a little reminder here from Javier, from the real Javier Novoa. If you enjoy these videos, guys, I would invite you, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, because we're putting videos out every single week about interiorism and about living free. I'd invite you, if you want to go on a deep dive with me, if you want to do business with me, I am doing coaching calls. I will put my email in the description. I will guide you through this journey hand in hand based upon my years of study and my years of experience in business and in life. So, till very soon, guys. This is Javier with the real Javier Novoa, bidding you a wonderful rest of the weekend.